In this video, you'll discover how to craft a high-value offer that your clients can't resist. And if you stay until the end of the video, I'll share with you the exact dollar amounts that you could charge for your one-on-one coaching, your group coaching, your online courses, and even your in-person team workshops. Now, this is video number 3 of our free online course that teaches you the step-by-step process of how to start an online coaching business. If you're new to my channel, my name is Peter Scott. I'm the founder of Fearless Coach Academy, where I have mentored thousands of coaches since 2013 to launch and scale their coaching business. So let's dive right in. The first step to crafting your offer is to clarify your true cost of delivery. What is the cost of delivering your service of coaching? Now, if you're a one-on-one coach and if you're just starting out and you don't have a team, then there's no hard cost to your delivery. There's the soft cost of your time. Now, your time is valuable, so you do want to consider it. So think about what you would like to be earning on an hourly basis. If you're working with a client and you meet with them once a week for an hour or once every other week, what is that hourly rate that you want to make? Now, I am not suggesting that you charge by the hour. In fact, that's an old, outdated, broken pricing model. I will share with you at the end of this video what I do recommend charging and how I recommend positioning it. But just know you want to reverse engineer from that price point. You want to make sure that your package ensures that you get paid your hourly rate. It's really important. And as your business grows, it's even more important to know the cost of your delivery, because at a certain point, you're going to hit a threshold. I grew my coaching business one-on-one to having about 20 one-on-one clients, and I hit capacity, right? I still wanted to have a quality of life with my family and friends. I didn't want to work 90 hours a week at that stage of life. And so I needed to pivot. Now, pivoting is going from one-on-one coaching to group coaching, and then it's building your team. So when you have a team of coaches underneath you and around you, you got to pay them, right? So there is a hard cost of delivery at that stage. So think about that as the floor that you're going to base your pricing range off of. Step number 1 is clarifying your true cost of delivery. Step number 2 is to define the value that your clients get by working with you. What is the tangible, measurable value of your coaching? Now, if you're a business coach or consultant, this is pretty easy, right? You can measure increased revenue or profitability or, lower turnover. These are all tangible, measurable results. But if you're a health coach or a relationship coach or a life coach, it's a little bit harder to measure this, but you can still add tangible weight to it. So what is that value? And this, what we'll call, is the ceiling of what you could charge. So we've already defined the floor, that's the cost of your delivery. The ceiling is the highest value that is the result that your clients get. So let's say, for example, I help coaches earn their first 6 figures as fast as possible, right? In 12 months or less. That's a $100,000 outcome. We've done that for many, many years now. A fair price of that would be 10% of the value that you get. So it would be fair for me to charge $10,000 for my coaching. So if you offer a $100,000 solution, then that would be a great price to think about. And it doesn't have to be $10,000. It could be $5,000. It could be $7,000. But think about 10%. Your price needs to be 10% of what the value is that you create, or the value that your clients get needs to be 10 times, 10x the prices that you charge. That's a great way to establish the range between the floor and the ceiling. Step number 3 to crafting your high value offer is reviewing the pricing of your competition. Make sure to take a look at the other coaches in your industry and see what they're charging. Go ahead and go to their website, schedule a call with them, go through the sales process, see what are your competitors charging, because that way you can know. And I'm not suggesting you do this so that you can be the cheapest. That is often not the best route to take in coaching. Sure, if you want to compete with Walmart or Amazon, that's probably the best. But if you want to build a boutique, highly profitable coaching business, being cheap is not the best way of doing it. But it's good to know what your competitors are charging, because now you're doing market research. You're understanding the lay of the marketplace and what your prospective clients are going to say to you when you share their price. The 4th step is to test your pricing saleability. What that means is using numbers to decide whether you're priced the right way or not. I'll give you a great example. You want to measure, one of the KPIs, key performance indicators that you always want to measure in your coaching business is your conversion rate. What percentage of people that you make offers to actually sign up and become paying clients? Most coaches at around 5%, 10% maybe. Where I'd want you to be is at around 40 to 50%. But if you're at 80% or 90%, that tells me one of two things. One is you've got a great sales process and great marketing, which is awesome, but it also tells me that you're charging too little. Because if you're enrolling 80 to 90% of people that you're talking to, you're charging way too little compared to the value that you're offering. If you're only enrolling 3% or 5% of people, then you either need to fix your sales process, improve your marketing, or we may be charging way too much for what your market is willing to pay, right? You want to be in that 40 to 50% range is a great place to aim for to have a proven high converting sales process. If your sales process is broken, it's probably going to be less than that, but that's a great way to test the saleability of the pricing of your offer. So those are the 4 key steps to clarifying what your offer could be. I promised you in the beginning that I'm going to share with you the exact dollar amounts, and I'm going to do that right now. So think about there's 4 potential offers that you can make. Actually, there's 5. I'll share 5 of them with you. Number 1 is one-on-one coaching. One-on-one coaching is where most coaches start. What I recommend is making a 3-month coaching package for either $3,000 pay in full or $1,200 a month. What that does, if you run those numbers, is it gives people a 20% discount to prepay up front. And that incentivizes people to sign up and commit fully, and it brings in some cash right in the door for the full 3 months for your coaching. Now, you've got to allocate that and budget that cash and know that that all can't be spent the first week of you getting a new client, but that's a great price point to start when you're just starting as a one-on-one coach. Now, I get that that may sound like a lot to you, or it may sound like a little. If it sounds like a lot, then start less than that and build your way up to that. But really, from me mentoring coaches for over 10 years now, I've seen that that's a great place for many coaches to start. When it comes to group coaching, I like to think about group coaching as half the price of your one-on-one. So if you're charging $3,000 for your one-on-one, then your group coaching could be a one-time payment of $1,500 for 3 months, or 3 monthly payments of $600 a month. Notice what I did there. I incentivize them with a 20% discount when they prepay up front. The third piece is your online course. A great price point to sell your course at is $997. If you can keep it around $1,000, that's a great place to start because that's attractive to joint ventures and affiliate partners, because then you can give a percentage of your course earnings to them if they promote your course, and it also maintains your own profitability. Now, the first time I launched our online course, I didn't charge $997, I charged $97. Now, why would I charge so little? Because I just wanted to get some customers. I wanted to prove that I could sell this course to somebody. And as we got clients at $97, they raved about it. I added more value. We then increased our prices to $197, and then $297, and then $497, and then $997. But that's where you want to aim for, is $997 for your online course. If you want to offer a payment plan, you could do that. I would suggest 3 monthly payments of $400. That way you lock in, again, that 20% discount. The 2 final models or offers to make is one is for team workshops and the other is keynote speeches. So for team workshops, the way I think about it is if you're going into a company and you're training their team, a great price point to start is about $2,500 for every 5 people in the workshop. So if you got 5 people in the workshop, it's $2,500. If you got 3 or 2, it's still $2,500. That's the floor. That's a minimum. But if you've got 10, for example, that goes from $2,500 to $5,000, right? So every 5 people in that workshop, you add an additional $2,500. And then of course you can grow and scale from there. And finally, a keynote speech, a great range to start from when you're a speaker just starting out, is somewhere between $1,000 on the low end to $2,500 for a 1-hour talk. Of course, many of you watching this know of speakers that are charging $15,000, $30,000, $50,000, $100,000. But when you're just starting out, $1,000 to $2,500 is where you want to be. So those are the exact prices that I would recommend to you, as I promised in the beginning of this video. If you want to download my pricing guide, which is the exact prices that you could charge, just click the link in the description below and you can download the pricing guide for coaches for free. Now, before I wrap up this video, I recently noticed that the majority of you watching this are not subscribed to my channel. So do me a favor, and if you got value from this, subscribe to the channel right now. Click subscribe, click like so that you like the video, and then that way you never miss a future video. And once you've subscribed, make sure to check out my next video in this free online course that reveals how to create a high converting sales process. Click up here in the corner, watch this video, and I will see you in the next training.